It's a crystal clear day, and I'm standing on the edge of a zipline platform overlooking Queenstown, New Zealand. Panoramic views are beautiful. Lush green forests, tall mountains, Lake Wakatipu at the base. But my eyes are fixated 100 feet below me. My legs are trembling, my heart is pounding, my hands are slick with sweat. And I'm gripping the harness so tight my knuckles are white. How many of you felt such emotions before? Especially when trying an extreme sport. I'm sure you've all felt something like this, right? So here I am, standing on the edge, terrified of heights, asking myself, what am I doing here? I'm a technology auditor, and in my decade-long career, I've helped companies overcome their risks, and here I am faced by my own. And I'm thinking, how can I get myself to do this? What do I do every day in my life that can help me here? Suddenly, I thought of a 3-step process that I use during my audits. It's identify, assess, and address. 3 simple steps. Well, my audits are all about security. So you may ask, but how do you assess security? How do you know when you have enough security? So that's when international standards come in. International standards give us that benchmark to measure. So, okay, my work gives me this 3-step process, but then how do I get comfort in the zip line? And how do I get through it? So start thinking about their security process, and suddenly I realized that I had done my due diligence way back when I was planning my trip. And I had also made sure that they are certified by international standards. So that gave me a little bit of joy that yes, they're checking a box here. Yes, they are doing their due diligence. But being an auditor, I'm always thinking about risk. So then I start thinking about it. And I remembered this company I had audited some time back. It was a healthcare company, and they were going for a major government contract. The caveat was they were required to have an information security certification within 6 months to prove they could protect their patients' sensitive data. And I have noticed during my audits, more and more companies are going for benchmarking with international standards because the number of data breaches is growing, and so is their impact on people. Identity Theft Resource Center, an organization that supports identity theft victims, reported that in 2023 alone, there were 353 million people that got impacted due to data breaches. And guess what? Small businesses don't even want to report data breaches because of the fear of reputational damage. So when I'm thinking about my work and my audit and the organizations that I audit, I am thinking, how can I assess the zipline more? How can I get more comfort so that I can get over my fear? Benchmarking is good, but then what else can I check? And just then I realized that redundancy is another thing that I look during my audits. Redundancy is very important for data. So as I'm thinking about this healthcare company that I just talked about, they did not have any redundancy. They were hosting their data in just one cloud location. And if that cloud location went down, all their data is lost. So I always ask companies that I audit, if you want to protect your data, host them in multiple cloud locations. So even if one location goes down, the other location will protect your data and will keep your business running. So now if we apply this to Zipline, I'm wondering, what is redundancy in Zipline? How can I figure that out? And suddenly when I look up, I see my harness is connected to 2 feathers on the line. And the feathers are crisscrossing around me like a security net. And I am so happy to see that. Even if one tether broke, there was another one to catch me. So here I go. They have done another thing to address the security risk. But then again, I'm an auditor. My brain is always thinking about risks. So I'm still trying to assess more risk. I'm still standing on the platform. And just then, through my mental fog, I hear my 2 daughters calling me, Mom, you can do it. Go for it. My husband, who is standing patiently beside me, urges me forward, but I am frozen. Every instinct in my body is saying, don't do this. Every what if is going through my head. Every what if that I can think of. What if the harness fails? What if I can't make it across? What if I let my family down? And these are the type of questions I ask companies when I audit their incident response plan. Who's getting the first alert? Who's going to respond? In data breach, time is money. Every second counts. So that's why if you have a good communication plan, that's when everybody knows when to act. So then I got an idea. I'm like, do the Zipline company have communication plan? And I'm looking around me and suddenly I see these operators on the platform having their own communication plan. They're talking amongst themselves. They're checking on the status of the line constantly. They are so worried about rider security that they would not even let a single person go until they were sure the line was clear. So that, again, gave me a lot of comfort. I am like, wow, I was impressed because I didn't think these guys, would be that good. But again, it was communication. They were talking to everybody. So as I'm standing on the platform and as I am thinking, I see everybody buzzing around me happily. Everybody's so excited. Everybody's so happy to do this. Even my 2 daughters, they were fearless and they were ready to go on the adventure. But here I am, rooted with fear. Why can I not be like that? Why can I not get over my fear? Was I gonna let my fear win today? And if I did, where else is it gonna hold me back? 10 minutes of terrifying thoughts and risk assessment. Finally, a moment of calmness. And in that moment, I started looking back and I started thinking of everything I had thought about so far on that Zipline platform. My family's cheers, Zipline operators' amazing safety procedures, redundant tethers on my line, communications protocol. And here I'm thinking, if this company can do so much for security, can I overcome my fear? What will it take me to overcome my fear? And as I'm thinking, I take a deep breath and I jump off. And when I jump off, I have this moment of weightlessness. And suddenly my stomach drops and Zipline catches me. and I'm gliding through the air like a bird, free of fear, and my eyes are wide open. And the world around me has exploded into this magnificent view. I am laughing. I'm having the time of my life, and I'd forgotten all about the fear. But in that moment, I learned one thing fundamental. The zip line had not changed. The landscape had not changed. What changed was my perspective. And what really changed my perspective was assessing my fear, trying to use my auditing process that I've always used and figure out what was causing the fear. Once I had assessed it, I had analyzed it, I was able to address it. So then I started thinking, and when I remembered those zipline operators, I realized that we share something in common. We both do our due diligence. We both prepare for things in advance. Like they prepare all year round for their equipment so that the riders would be safe. And I prepare all year round trying to learn on all the threats that would put data in jeopardy. So knowledge for both of us and learning and staying ahead, learning those risks is what has helped us get through. And remember that healthcare company? They had 6 months to get that contract. They not only got the contract, but they got many more after that because they did their due diligence. They got over their fear of not getting the contract. So I would like to pose you all a question. How would you get over your fear next time you're doing something challenging? Can you use the method that I've just said, analyze, assess, and address? Can you identify the root cause of your fears, analyze it, and then address it? Because on that zip line that day, I had a choice. I could have blindly jumped, like I've always done, on a roller coaster. But then, that day, I decided to face my fears, analyze it, and address it. And what that has done for me has helped me get over my fear permanently. And since then, I have ziplined once more. And guess what? Not because I had to, because I wanted to. Thank you.